Welcome guys to another episode of Ask Shane. This video is brought to you by the Academy in Mediumship in work in partnership with www.shanegad.com. So we have a really wonderful, interesting, thought-provoking question from one of our regular subscribers, a lovely lady called Bridget, who asks, just what is the veil? You know, we've all kind of heard within this field, within spirituality, within the afterlife, within contact, the veil between the two worlds. I think this is a really interesting and thought-provoking question, because what is the veil? You know, and the other question that you can ask yourself, where is the spirit world? And what do they do? What does spirit do? How do they spend their time? You know, these questions open up even more questions and even open up even more thought. And that's what all of this is about. It's about kind of stirring up that thought, exploring those questions. So, what is the veil? Well, the way to kind of see it, or the way that I see it, the way that I connect with it, the way that the innate and spirit of described it to me, is that it's like a layer, it is like a membrane. The way that I kind of visualize it, the way that they have shown it to me, is almost, if you can imagine a pool of water. So imagine a pond, okay? So those of you who've seen some of the videos that when I'm out and about, especially some of the adventuring, the wonderful space that I've got to kind of be able to spend time in sometimes, it has this beautiful woodland lake, and one of the previous videos when I was talking about in bulk, I was talking about the encounter that I had with an energy that showed herself in the form of Bridget, and she pointed towards the north, she pointed towards the lake, and at the time the lake was covered with just a layer of ice on the top of it. It's that sense of that film of water that is just sitting on the top of the lake. It's just a really kind of tiny, gentle film of water that separates the surface to the depth, and that in many ways is exactly how the veil is described to me. It's that membrane, that layer that separates us and the innate, the everyday world, to the other world. You know, I've said many a time within some of the videos that when the innate and spirit make contact with me, is that they make contact with me. It's like I meet them at the edge of that veil. I meet them at the edge of that space. And it's like they just move through that space and touch, connect, show themselves, try to grab our attention. So to me, the veil is just a thin layer. You've heard, and there's so much talk about this, and I find this really fascinating, you know, universally, and no matter where in the world, there's a similar message that's been shared over and over and over again, that the veil is thinning. And I know I had a wonderful dear friend of mine who was talking about around Yule time having this incredible dream where within the dream this wall comes crashing down, and he heard it. It was the loudest fuzz and crack and bang you can ever imagine, and this wall just kind of gave way. There was this breakthrough, and you know, we've come to really explore that and come to believe that what we're talking about is the veil is almost thinning, it's giving way. You know, and there's so much, I believe, the other side of that veil. You know, one of the things that I'm seeing really come into the world in so much force and so much strength is integrity, is truth in integrity. Excuse me, the sun's just broke through. Again, the sun has just broke through the clouds, okay? So it's been a beautiful day, but the sun has been shrouded by cloud, okay? Timing. It's just everything. So the sun is being shrouded by clouds. So the light is being shrouded by the cloud, by the mist, and then suddenly it broke through. You know, so all information's information. Is it by chance or is it by design? It certainly reinforces the message of what we're talking about. Is the light is breaking through the cloud, the mist, the suppression. So, you know, integrity and truth is literally, you know, kind of moving into the world. It's breaking through. It's being called to be heard, you know. So however we see this, you know, the energies that reside the other side, or the energies that are underneath the surface, the energies the other side of the cloud, the mist, are breaking through, you know, metaphorically speaking. You know, the light is absolutely coming into the world, and, you know, my belief is that it's illuminating, so it's enhancing. So if you're in a time where everything's kind of moving into alignment, it's going to enhance that. If you're in a place where, you know, you're moving through and you're in that transition, it's painful, it's going to feel enhanced. But all the time it's aligning, it's becoming, you know, more merged or more integrated. You know, I recently have been working on an event where we were looking at the runes as a tool to be able to really piece together your life journey. You know, who you are, what you're about, what you're designed to do, what is your purpose, what has been your core struggles. You know, and one of the things that come up, you know, where has been the, you know, kind of the challenges, where has been the heart of things for me, was the rune of separation. Well, you know, I've spent a huge majority of time over these last 26 years of connecting this side of life and the other side of life. You know, what's seen and what isn't, what's seen and what's unseen, you know, kind of bridging the gap between those two worlds. And what we're talking about is just a gap, and I believe that we all have the ability to drop into that space, to listen, you know, because the innate meets us at the edge of that veil. And those that have lost loved ones, those of us that, you know, are, you know, looking towards where they are there, you know, that kind of veil of separation is a thin membrane, you know, and it does raise those questions of where is spirit. I believe spirit is here, you know, it's all around us, and I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that light-heartedly. You know, it is, you know, it's in the air that we breathe. You know, those of you who've ever seen a flash of light, or you've seen orbs, what is that? Well, I really believe in my heart that that is our loved ones, in a energetic form. You know, what do they do with their time? You know, I had a lady the other day within a consultation that, you know, she said to her daughter, she said, you know what, a granddaughter, she said, you know what, I'm not sitting there idle, you know, I'm rolling my sleeves up and helping those that have gone over in trauma. You know, she was a communicator when she was this side of life. She was somebody that absolutely was robust, she was galvanised into action, she was a leader, and she said, I'm not sitting there on my backside, so to speak. She said, you know, I'm called into action. You know, I'm using a lifetime of wisdom, a lifetime of knowledge, to help those that have gone over traumatically. And then it raises the question of, is there another life beyond life after death? You know, are we reborn? You know, is there such thing as reincarnation? Is how long do we sit within spirit? How long do we spend our time? You know, these are all thought-provoking questions. But, you know, for me, what is the veil? It is just a thin membrane. It is a gap. It is a slice. It is the tiniest of spaces in between. I hope you found that fascinating. I think it's a wonderful question. A real big thank you to Bridget. who asked such a thought-provoking question. And what I am going to do is I'm going to follow that up as we go forwards with a few more questions that we can explore, such as, you know, what do they do with their time? Where is the spirit world? And I will also, for the Academy members, pick up on a deeper insight. We can do a practical application to what is the veil. In the meantime, keep the questions coming, and it's a real honour to be able to explore these with you, and a heartfelt privilege. And I'll be seeing you all very, very soon. Thanks guys, bye bye, have a wonderful day, bye bye.